Thank you for being E3. Oh, you're welcome, I guess. I know I'm not nearly as entertaining as some of those individuals that get on stage. Nothing can be worse than what we watched yesterday. Hey, Moth and Wolf. I'd like to take this time to thank Ubisoft, like EA, for adding another interface and login I need in order to play my single-player games in console and PC alike. Yeah. You know, the thing is that, like, some of these other companies have had launchers for a long time, but Ubisoft's Uplay launcher and freaking EA's Origin, they're particularly crap. Is one of the, like, big issues with them. Is it's like, man, these launchers suck. Why would I want to why would I want to use these? It's like the Epic Games Store. I know that they're trying really, really, really hard to be relevant. Shut up. Did they have a pre-show on this one too? Oh god, they did. The pre-show looks like just people talking. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the pre-show this time. We watched the pre-show to the PC gaming show and regretted it. Anyway, yeah, so like freaking Uplay is particularly garbage. Uplay's really, really bad. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. Today is Monday, June 12th, 2023, and we have two more live announcements today for video games in terms of the summer of gaming. That is the Ubisoft Forward, which I don't have a whole lot of hope for, but we're here to watch it anyway. I do believe that somebody was talking about Ubisoft making something new, like another new IP, so we'll see what that is. But otherwise, I imagine it's probably just like shit for like the Avatar, Legends of Pandora or whatever game, and then some Assassin's Creed stuff. But no Ubisoft hat? I don't have an Ubisoft hat. Call Ubisoft, tell them to mail me a hat, and I'll wear it on stream intermittently and also specifically whenever I'm doing stuff with Ubisoft stuff. And then we have the Capcom Showcase, which is probably going to have some Street Fighter stuff, Exo Primal, and Dragon's Dogma 2. Maybe some other stuff here and there. Maybe some more stuff for that Path of the Goddess game that they showed off during the Xbox Showcase. That, like, not Soulsian, not Monster Hunter, not Devil May Cry game. Maybe that'll be at the Capcom Showcase. And then in between those, we'll watch the Future Games Show, which was live early on Saturday morning. I think it was on early Saturday morning that went on. So, and at some point, I need to watch the Final Fantasy 16 pre-launch celebration. I was gonna watch that today. I was like, oh yeah, we can watch the pre-launch celebration. We'll slot it in between the Ubisoft Forward and the Capcom Showcase. Bitch is 5 hours long. And I was like, oh, damn. Did you just play the whole game on stream? Like, good God. Anyway, so yeah. We'll move over here. I'll get in frame. I expected it to be like 45 minutes, the pre-launch celebration. Nope, 5 hours. They had speeches and interviews from multiple people within Square Enix, the CEO, Yoshi P, somebody else. They had content creators on stage. Maximilian Dude was on stage. getting to play the game. We got to see some people trying to skill through boss fights. I know that there was somebody that was taking on one of the boss fights 15 levels under leveled and was just boss moding it by just being good at the game. Yeah, it is good for Max. I was glad to see him there. Although I discovered that Maximilian dude's like controversial recently because some people think that he's like really fake or that he's like a super shill. Like that he just, you know, whatever Capcom makes, he's going to hype up. And it's like, did you watch his stuff? I see him be critical very often, but I know some people also find his reaction videos to be fake because he does something that like, so I do reaction videos, right? We've done, I can tell you the exact number of them. Hang on. We have done 525-ish reaction videos. And I don't yell, scream, jump up out of my chair, throw shit, you know, like out of those 520 videos or whatever the actual number is, I have probably yelled in excitement maybe 5 times. But that's because, like, I mean, I don't try to over dramatize my feelings about things. So, but I have gotten compliments on that too of like, hey man, thanks for feeling like you're an actual person in your reactions and not just feeling like you're yelling for the sake of that's what's exciting. Even then, dude grew up with Capcom clearly. He'll openly admit that. And he'll admit his own bias, too. Like, he talks about how, you know, he would go to the arcade as a kid and just find people to play Street Fighter against. And that was one of his most, like, cherished memories, was just playing randoms at the actual arcade. I was like, what's that like? I grew up in the middle of a wheat field, so I didn't have an arcade. I know Max only from his Bloodborne videos back in the day and nothing else. He's a huge Bloodborne fan. He plays Bloodborne like twice a year. He loves Bloodborne. He loves Bloodborne more than I've seen anyone even be Soulsian fans, like in general. Specifically Bloodborne, right? Like he loves Bloodborne. I know some people that are massive, like just tools for Elden Ring or Dark Souls, and they still don't compare to him just being so into Bloodborne. He's also really into Final Fantasy VII, which, I mean, so am I. So he does seem super fake like a character. He might be. I don't freaking know. I don't know him personally. Who knows? He could be. He could be super freaking fake. At least he's not a douchebag on stream and doesn't say douchebag things. Like, I would rather someone be wholesomely fake and, you know, maybe he's just, you know, a freaking low-key guy, like, at home, than people who are on stream being like, yo, I hate gay people. And it's like, oh, well, that's great. Awesome. I'm so glad that you have 50,000 viewers right now, and people are like, yeah! I just remember doing that with Halo 2 at the arcade here. Halo 2 had an arcade? Or was it, like, just Halo 2 hooked up to a machine that you... it wasn't like an actual arcade machine. It was like a Xbox connected to a TV. You described why I don't watch any gaming content anymore. The loud, obnoxious character. Mm-hmm. I understand. Those people I can't watch. I also feel like people swapped fanboy for shill too easily. Well, there's a line, right? There's a line of when you're a fanboy versus a shill, and it's literally just, do you get shit from the company? Like, you know, Max got invited to go to Japan to play Final Fantasy 16. He got invited by Capcom to go play in a super, super early version of Street Fighter 6. So now that he's getting shit for being a popular fanboy, people call him a shill instead. It's like, hell, man, fuck. I want Square Enix to fly me out to Japan so that I can play Final Fantasy 16. I wouldn't care if you want to be like, you fucking sold out. I'd be like, Fuck yeah, I did, bitch. I got a free trip to Japan and got to play a game that I'm really excited about 4 months early. Fuck you. Like, I'm not gonna be ashamed of that. See you in a moment, Moth and Wolf. We'll be here. Like, if you're not doing this as a hobby, that's one of the things that you should hope for eventually, is one, that you're able to support yourself monetarily so that you can do this as a job, and two, so that you can do cool shit like that. So that you can get review copies of games and get to go to events and stuff like that. Frickin' SkillUp, who even calls himself Shillup, was in the Devolver Direct. Like, he got to be in one of the showcases, and it's like, there's a difference between fan and shill. There is absolutely a difference, but the internet doesn't call them different things, is what Moth and Wolf was talking about. Because there's absolutely people who are just shills, and there's people who are fanboys that are being called shills because they get shit from companies because they're larger creators. RGC, whatever his name is, Review Tech. Anyone who reviewed a Retron is a shill? It's a Retron. I thankfully don't even know. I'm a shill for Bandai Namco, like the early versions of both Neo 1 and 2 Eyes I'll play. You fucking shill. Disgusting. Did we actually start the showcase? It was counting down and now people are just dancing. Compete with Just Dance? Is there a Just Dance Olympic esport? Is that what we're talking about right now? Why? Why not just have dancing itself be an Olympic sport? Why does it have to be through Just Dance? I hate this. Why not? Because it would be much better if it wasn't connected to Just Dance, and if it was instead just a category in the Olympics. I'm so glad I don't even know what Retron is. It's a retro console, so it's probably Retron is how that's pronounced. Isn't it already gymnastics? You're funny, you troll. No. Very different. Do you remember when Just Dance was a meme at E3? Like, everyone was like, man. Then Ubisoft shows up with fucking Just Dance, and they're like, and it's releasing on the Wii. And you're like, it's 2018, bitch. And they're like, yeah, releasing on the Wii. Just Dance 2019. Guess what? Releasing on the Wii. Oh, I know it's hella popular, but it's also because there's not an alternative. When's the last time you've seen a DDR game? Or a Stepmania game? That somebody isn't emulating on their computer? Here's the Avatar stuff. Can I get some resolution here, dog? it's still grainy.
The RDA's greed poisoned our world.
Secure the perimeter. All threats must be eliminated.
They took everything from us. From me. I was trained in their ways.
This is running great.
Their weapons. Things that a Navi should not know. And then one day, they left.
Hell's Gate is under attack. Evacuate now. Kill all the Navi children.
But before they did, our teacher saved us and put us to sleep.
This is your only chance to survive.
And there I remained for 15 years. Until one day, I awoke.
It's not even running at 30.
And I was free. Free to explore my world. Free to decide who I was going to be. Free to discover.
I'm just gonna believe that it's
what I
because
was
their
meant to
stream
do.
quality is shit.
Now you see what they kept you from. Your true home.
Disconnects itself from the movie. Yeah. You get 15, you'll be grateful for it. You know, I still believe that anything under 4K that isn't on the Switch should be at least a 1080p 60 frames per second standard. And the fact that we're not getting that anymore with hardly any AAA releases that aren't on the PC is very disappointing.
Get rid of them.
And I
Like,
have a
4K is
choice to
hard,
make.
so if you can only achieve
I choose
30 FPS on
to
4K,
protect my
fine.
home.
But I should have the option of a 1080p or 1440p mode that is 60 FPS if I want it. But now instead, we're just the companies are just like, nope, just locked at 30 all the time. Doesn't matter what you're playing it on outside of PC. And I'm like, wow, fuck you guys.
I was a child of two worlds. I am
At
no
least
longer
target the nice middle zone of like 40.
I am Navi.
Like 40 FPS makes enough of a difference over 30 that it looks a bit smoother
Sirocco.
if you can't hit 60. Wow, this stream is garbage. Use this camera more. This camera sucks. They keep on changing cameras, and it's like they have different cameras all over the place.
In developing both of these films, I set out to imagine another world, a world as rich and complex as our own. And we wanted the audience to feel as though they were really on Pandora, to dream with their eyes wide open, and to explore this world with our characters. And it's always been our vision to embrace technology to allow us to find new ways outside the cinema.
It's a guy that makes
to
all of
immerse
the money.
people in this world. Our friends at Ubisoft share the same ambition, and the team at Massive have been pushing the boundaries of what's possible in games to bring a new corner of Pandora to life. So with Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, our creative team at Lightstorm has been able to share their insights with Massive's talented team, who are experts in creating living, open worlds. Together, we'll be able to bring players to the Western frontier with new environments, new flora and fauna, new characters, and an original story that coexists with the events of the Avatar films. We can't wait for you to join this adventure, and we look forward to welcoming you back to the world of Avatar once again.
No release window, still. Unless they're going to keep going.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dita Danefeldt.
Hey, Phil's in the
As
audience.
Director, I'm proud to be representing the team behind Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora today.
As Phil's
And
like,
excited
yes,
to
I
share
am
a
only
sneak
here
peek
to
of what
ink
we
the
want
deal
to
in
do.
which I purchase
In this
Ubisoft
all-new story,
tomorrow.
set out on a journey of
You all
discovery
thought we
to
wouldn't try to buy
unravel
another
the
company
mysteries
while
of their
we're
past,
buying
learn what it
Activision
means to
Blizzard,
be Navi,
but you were
and
wrong.
explore new parts of Pandora on land or together
Hey,
with your
Draw.
trusted
I'm good.
Banshee in the air. Our ambition is to create a playground where curiosity is rewarded. This
60 FPS gives you motion sickness. That's why I think you should get the option.
first-person experience
Because, like, I
will allow
don't
you to
like looking
closely
at things
connect
that
to a beautiful
aren't
open
30
world.
FPS.
Touch and
Like that.
interact with it, using your size, your
If you can
superhuman
get
strength, and
30
your
FPS
natural
with a
agility
really
being the upper
consistent
hand.
frame timing,
As the Navi
I
say,
can
see
manage,
that
but I
goal?
still don't like
Let's
it.
rise
I
to the
prefer 60
challenge
FPS
on December 7th.
strongly.
Until then, we're delighted to show you a glimpse of this adventure. So prepare to lose yourselves in the beauty and the danger of the Western frontier. Thank you.
Ubisoft freaking streaming this 480p resolution to us.
Pandora, a first-person action-adventure game that invites you to explore the engaging world of Avatar in an immersive open-world experience. I'm Didi Dienfeld, game director, and I'm excited to reveal what's waiting for you on Pandora. The story of our game begins when the RDA expands their operations to the western frontier. John Mercer, one of the leaders of the RDA, abducts you and other Navi children from your home to teach you the ways of humans, hoping to mold you and turn you against your own people. But his plan is interrupted by the Battle of the Hallelujah Mountains, and you are put into emergency cryosleep.
Yeah, should be your standard
When
target.
you awaken 15 years later, you are a stranger in your birthplace. Knowing the dangers posed by the RDA, you set out to take them down and look to secure the help of
Like
other
your
Navi
baseline.
clans.
But I also set at 1080p.
Initially, you're perceived
4K
as an
30 is
outsider,
fine.
so you have to
Because
reconnect
4K
with
60
the lost Navi
FPS is
heritage
unrealistic
to gain
for
their trust.
current gen
On
consoles
your
to achieve.
adventure, you'll find your own path as you discover what it means
Like
to be
4K
Navi.
30,
You'll explore
1080,
new
60.
regions of
That should
Pandora,
be your
each with
targets.
their own unique biomes. The Kinglor Forest is a lush rainforest brimming with life and dense vegetation.
Stable.
in
Both
the
of them
shade
should be
of
stable, too.
awe-inspiring floating mountains. This is the home of the Aranahe, a clan of peaceful weavers who will guide you on your first hunt and on your first flight. The Aranahe will show you the way to the rookery, where you can bond for life with your very own Ikram. The Ikram is a devoted companion that you can name, feed, and customize. Experiment with acrobatics and feel a rush of adrenaline as you dive from the sky and
How
explore
much of this
the
does
open
that
world
look
of
like for
Pandora
me? Because a
from
lot of
the
times
air.
when they show these cinematic
If you travel
angles,
north,
you never
you'll get to
get
the upper
those in the
plains.
game. You're just locked at the
expansive
third-person
grassland
perspective,
filled with
and it
contrast,
flies around,
with
right?
Open views as far as the eye can see. The nomadic Seswa clan live here in symbiosis with gigantic beasts called Sakru. Earn the clan's trust, and they will teach you the art of riding dire horses. And further west, the mysterious clouded forest, where hidden in the mist, nothing is as it seems.
Can you activate photo mode? Like, does photo mode
Here
allow
is the
things to still
Kamtu,
move, though, Eve?
a clan of
It's one thing to be able to,
healers
like,
with their own
freeze
dark
it and
reasons
take a
to
cool
stay
shot,
hidden.
but I want it to move. Like, I want their cinematic angles that they have when you go over the waterfall and stuff like that.
They build facilities of all sizes.
Not as a
to
still,
exploit
but, like,
resources
as I'm
at any
playing.
cost, spreading devastating pollution. In the process, animals are hurt and poached. You'll need to stop the RDA from ravaging your home. And when you are ready, you will take the fight to them. As a child of two worlds, you can learn to master multiple combat styles. Your powerful instincts allow you to get an overview of the battlefield, mark your enemies, and identify weak points.
I still haven't seen the second Avatar movie, so I don't know how realistic some of these, like, abilities are, because, I mean, the Na'vi definitely didn't have heat vision in the first movie, but it doesn't mean that they didn't in the second one.
Your human training and go for the blast of an assault rifle, a shotgun, or go bigger with the occasional rocket launcher. On foot, you can also rely on your incredible strength to take down amp units.
Oh, damn.
Above
You
the
just
clouds,
ripped that dude out of there. That was awesome.
aerial combat against the RDA. Destroying RDA facilities will have a tangible impact on your world.
You know, Eve, you're talking about how this is like Horizon. I think it's much closer to Far Cry.
Pandora heals. You'll be able to harvest the best quality material again and craft better gear and weapons. You will also find ingredients to
Which
cook
isn't Far Cry
and make
made by
meals to get
Ubisoft,
stronger.
so that would make sense, right?
As you keep
Do I
discovering
need a
what
new
it
microphone
truly means
arm?
to become
This thing
Navi,
just like starts
you'll
drooping.
improve your skills by connecting to Awa through the Tarshu plant and learn from the memories of your ancestors. Skill upgrades can improve many aspects of your character, such as your natural agility to move through the world, your stealth approach when hunting or fighting, or the handling of your weapons and mounts. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is a captivating action-adventure game designed to maximize the power of new-gen consoles and PC. You will be able to play the full story campaign in single player or with a friend online in 2-player co-op.
Cool. That's super cool.
We invite you to explore this world of wonder. Become
Do we share
Navi
progress, or does only
and
the
take
host
down
get
the RDA
progress?
to protect Pandora.
There's a date, December 7th.
Let's go, chat. Let's
Man,
get it,
this
baby.
stream is
Have some
running
fun with
so
it.
bad.
Another gun? Oh my. Another one.
Oh, this is the not Call of Duty that everyone was losing their mind about. I can't remember what it's called. X-Force or something like that? X-Defiant? Cross-Defiant, I think is what it was called.
That feels good. That feels good.
Oh my shield. What the?
And it is one of the most blatant Call of Duty copies, but people were like, I'll take it.
Yeah, this scope is so good. Oh my god, brother.
See? Gentle.
Yeah, now I'm losing flow right now.
That's a 5-piece. Oh,
Dude, this game's fun, man. This game's great.
I made some critical damage. What about you?
I'm so excited about this game in general. I mean, I love like the pacing of the game, though. I think like it all just works. You know?
Yeah, X-Defiant. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Mark Rubin, executive producer on X-Defiant. What you just saw was a collection of live clips and reactions from players streaming our game during our closed beta test in April. And we've been absolutely overwhelmed by the amazing response to our game from players all over the world. Now, for us, community has really been the core of this game's development. And we've had 28 public tests so far, with the recent closed beta being the largest, and of course, the first with no NDA. And throughout all of these tests, we've done our best to listen and respond to the feedback of players. So thank you so much to the more than 1.5 million players who have participated in those tests, and the countless creators and streamers who shared their footage and feedback about X-Defiant. Now we're ready to look towards the future.
Cool.
We are currently planning on launching later this summer.
Wow.
But before we do that, we will be holding another test to address some of the feedback from the closed beta. This open session will be available to everyone on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
I'm going to be
S
playing Final
from
Fantasy
June
16. Sorry, guy.
21st
That releases on the
June
22nd.
23rd. This is a short test, but we are opening it to everyone to get as much feedback as possible on our new netcode, our controller tuning, and of course, to stress out the servers as much as possible. So if you have not played X-Defiant yet, this is your chance. But let's talk about what's going to happen when we launch later this summer. We will start with a 6-week preseason that will have all of our launch content with 14 maps, 5 factions, 24 weapons, and much, much more. We then move into our year 1 content schedule, which is packed with some really exciting content, with 4
I don't know what the
brand new
factions mean.
meta-changing factions, each with unique characters and skills, 12 new weapons, and 12 new maps.
Damn, that's a lot.
One new map every month.
Yeah.
All inspired by Ubisoft's amazing worlds.
That's a lot of maps. That's a really quick
really be
turnaround time if you're planning on implementing that many maps that quickly.
Year 1 is really going to have a lot of great gameplay content, all focused.
But they're
on
probably
creating
trying to
a
go
fun,
really, really hard because this is the first game that I think genuinely has a chance of carving away some of Call of Duty's player base. And so if you throw everything at it, then you have a chance of actually retaining some of that player base. And one of the largest complaints with any games as a service is lack of continued content or long breaks between content. Is COD still COD? Depends on what you mean by that. Some people would say no, some people would say yes. Seems people don't care as much. People absolutely do. It's still massive. It like the latest COD game sold like 12 million copies in 48 hours or some stupid number. Sold like 30 million units in the first month or some obnoxious. I mean, hell, I even bought it and put 98, 100 hours into it. It was one of the newest COD is the best COD that I have played since like maybe Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 maybe. But for the most part, it still just feels like Call of Duty. A lot of people are super into Warzone though, which I'm not. The only battle royale that I've found genuine enjoyment in is Fortnite. Who's ready for a new Metroidvania title? Coming from Ubisoft, it's Prince of Persia. We saw that yesterday at the Xbox showcase, right?
Hi everyone, it's so exciting to be with you today. About 30 years ago, in 1989, I discovered a great action-adventure game, both challenging my skills and respecting my cleverness. It was Prince of Persia. I am Muniradi, game director of Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown.
You know, it's really cool that to see these people that grew up playing a game getting to work on the game now. That was one of the things that the CEO of Square Enix was talking about, was how he was like bullied as a child because he just did nothing but play Final Fantasy all the damn time, and now he's the CEO of Square Enix, like getting to, you know, lead Final Fantasy games and stuff.
A squad of 7 elite warriors, the Immortals. One night, Prince Hassan, sole heir to the throne, is abducted and taken to her hostile and cursed land, Mount Kaf. You and your brothers in arms are sent on a rescue mission to save Prince Hassan. However, this assignment will cast you straight into the lion's den. And it is here that you, Sargon, and the whole kingdom must prepare to face the greatest threat of your lives. This is your story. In Mount Kaf, your destiny awaits.
You know, that's one thing I do appreciate about Ubisoft showcases is that they always have a member of the team of the game that is being announced come out and speak on the game. Even if that person is not very comfortable on stage or is a bit awkward, they get to present their own games. And I think that's pretty cool.
Now separated from your lives, you discover a grand citadel full of mysteries, where time flows differently.
What is this sorcery?
The past coexists with the future. In this cursed land, exploration is everything. This is a semi-open world that delivers new secrets as you find new powers. But to reach new areas, you have to master your skills and your sense of timing. A trademark of Prince of Persia.
Animation work on this is excellent.
During this epic journey, you won't be the only one trapped in Mount Kaf.
Goddess and blacksmith to the gods.
Some dwellers are willing to help you,
Hephaestus?
while others are more reluctant. But Sargon is a swordsman like no other. He is a fierce warrior.
This looks great.
Elusive, ruthless, and extremely skillful on the battlefield. Fueled by anger, he constantly puts his life on the line to perform the devastating attacks.
I'm always hesitant about Metroidvania games because I end up disliking so many of them. Ow.
Time powers are back. But this time,
What the hell was that?
not only in your hands. To face such a
Whoever that one person in the crowd was that was like, woo! I appreciate that person.
defy gravity.
Anything noteworthy yet? They talked about the Avatar game, which is just Far Cry, but with Avatar paint all over it, which is fine. If you like Far Cry, you'll probably like Avatar. They talked about X Defiant, their Call of Duty clone. They're going to have an open beta on June 21st, and then it'll fully release later this summer, and they have a really robust support and content plan for it. So if you like Call of Duty, definitely check out X Defiant, and then we're on Prince of Persia right now. The new one's a Metroidvania? This one is, yeah. Hello, Cerulean.
And that's just a glimpse of what Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is all about. I'd like to thank Matrix, who composed the in-game music you are just listening to. And of course, my fantastic...
It's coming to
team at
Luna.
Ubisoft
I didn't know
Montpellier.
Luna was still getting support.
We cannot wait for you to get your hands on the game. It releases on January 18, 2024 on all platforms. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the show.
Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix? Why? Just go play Blood Dragon.
Hi. My name is
He
Adi
knew.
Shankar. I'm a TV and movie producer. You may
He
know
knew.
me from the Castlevania animated series on Netflix.
I'm not gonna lie, I want a pair of those glasses though.
One of my fan fiction shorts on YouTube. 7 years ago, I got a call from Ubisoft offering me the opportunity to adapt one of their very, very, very serious franchises into an anime. But instead, I came back to them with a crazy concept inspired by the mood of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Yeah. This concept used Ubisoft's vast library of characters and remixed them into one delirious anime series that would become this love letter to the 90s. Or at least how I remember the 90s. And to my absolute surprise, Ubisoft said no.
I love this guy.
Just kidding. They said yes. That's why I'm up here. Come on. This is the story of how the first anime series by Ubisoft was born. Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix. This show is many things.
This is literally Loud Guy from
violent.
Devolver. Yeah, I know.
It's a dystopian fiction in the spirit of the works of Aldous Huxley. It's a spoof. It's a satire. It's dark comedy. It's a love story.
Why is that bugging out?
And as a descendant of Indian mystics, yeah, I can tell you it's the most philosophically conscious show you've watched in a long time. The series was picked up by Netflix. It was animated by the renegade genius pirates at Bobby Pill's studio. And today, I'm very happy to announce that barring an apocalypse,
Thank you for the lurk, Salty.
which may happen, it will be released worldwide later this year. And that's not all. I'm even more excited to share with you an action-packed, Easter egg-filled teaser trailer right now.
Wasn't Prince of Persia originally a Metroidvania? I don't know if it was technically a Metroidvania so much as like a 2D platformer, because they're similar but not the same.
Join the revolution. Let's do this.
I personally don't care for that. Not that it doesn't look good, I just don't care. Speaking of things that people care about, does anyone still care about The Division? All I ever hear about is how much of a disappointment both games were because of promises made that weren't fulfilled.
Are you hyping for a miracle? Are you hyping for a miracle?
Oh God. I went from going, how is this different from the Division 1 and Division 2 to going, never mind, I absolutely do not care. Gross.
Hey everyone, it's an honor for us to be here with you today. We're home free, and this is our song Skull and Bones.
I'm just going to believe that I can play this. I can't imagine how much Ubisoft hates Skull and Bones at this point. This game has cost them so much money, and it's going to flop. What was that other dude doing? Is he doing the drums? Why is there a guitar there a cappella? I guess they're not this time. Remember the other pirate song yesterday? Yeah, the good one. That fucks this song up and robs it. Shanties are still in again, right? Crowd is gonna love this. Hey, I'll take Ubisoft doing a more traditional presentation over that shit we watched at the PC game show yesterday. There's a closed beta in August. Oh, God. That poor game. The problem is that Ubisoft can't abandon Skull and Bones. Not even just because of sunk cost fallacy, but because they entered into a contractual agreement with the government of Portugal. So they have to finish the game. But the game has just had endless amounts of development issues, and every single time they've shown any part of the actual game itself, everyone has just actively shit on it. Like, they wanted to make, like, essentially, like, a copy, like, a dedicated version of the ship part from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, but it's not that every single time that they've shown it off, and so everyone is just like, this game's gonna be terrible. It's not Sea of Thieves, it's not Black Flag, it's just something bad. It's been delayed like 7 times. I feel like the game was supposed to come out in like 2019 or something like that, and it's gonna have a closed beta in August of 2023. They did what with Portugal? Ubisoft had a agreement with the government of Portugal, a contractual one. I think the government provided them some money as well as access to some historical stuff for the purpose of the game, and because of that, they have to deliver the game. Not actual gameplay footage. The Crew Motorfest. I wonder what the average development cost of a racing game is. Depends. Well, yeah. I just mean in general, because it feels like we get a pretty consistent stream of racing games, but at the same time, and it might just because of my own circles, I don't feel like racing games are or have ever been that popular, right? To where there's enough of an audience to support like a new racing game every like 3 months, it seems like. We'll say every 6 months. And so it would make me believe that they are low enough in cost to develop that they don't have to have very high sales numbers to meet like a profit standard.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Probably expensive as fuck, but paid for by ads. Ah, that's a good point.
Took off. Now, each month, millions of thrill seekers, just like you, are enjoying, playing, eager to see what's next. I am Stéphane Bellet, Creative Director of The Crew. Thanks. Hey. Today, at last, it is my pleasure to introduce the future of The Crew, Motorfest, our own new take on the action-driving genre, a celebration for car lovers to share and experience car culture fantasy on the beautiful island of Oahu in Hawaii. No matter how you enjoy cars and driving, on your own or with your crew, Motorfest has something for everyone. Motorfest, your portal to a medley of high-octane experiences.
I'm really over games being described as high-octane experiences. High-octane action, high-octane combat. I hate that description. It's just worthless fluff words that do nothing. And I feel like half of every game has those words affixed to it in some way now. What even is an octane? An octane, so octane is how much oxygen is in gasoline, basically. It means it burns. To oversimplify it, it burns hotter. So like if you go to the gas pump, you can get 87 octane, 93 octane, and that's kind of like how pure the gasoline is, kind of. Like I'm really heavily oversimplifying it because it's irrelevant. So, but like supercars, they need really high octane fuel. Like they need like 93, 95 octane gasoline to properly run. You can ruin the car if you put in low octane gas like 89.
One of the most breathtaking and vibrant places on Earth, Oahu. Let's find out why Oahu is the perfect playground for driving fun. Race through the city street of Honolulu. Powered up. Black ash covered slopes.
You know what I learned recently? Speaking of gasoline. So, the world record for the F1 pit stop happened recently. They did a complete pit stop in like 1.2 seconds or some obnoxiously short number. And I watched it in like super slow motion and I was like, hold on. They didn't put gas in that thing.
Unique playground like this goes for
Why not?
profusion of
Because like
vehicles.
NASCAR, you know, which is the largest race that we have over in the United States, they put gas in the car during pit stops. But the F1, they don't. And it's because the cars aren't allowed to put extra gas in. So you are expected to design your vehicle to have enough gas to finish the race, enough fuel to finish the race. So they never add more fuel mid-race. So part of your responsibility as the driver is being responsible with how you drive so that you don't run out of fuel before the end of the race.
In a few weeks, you will be able to import your vehicle collection.
Yeah, Eve's the reason why. They banned it like 20 years ago because there was too many crashes that were resulting in explosions, basically, or people dying from the fuel just burning them alive.
For more news about the collection import and our complete festival program later this month during our summer showcase. Since the beginning of the year, thousands of players have tested the game and given us priceless feedback through the Insider program. Join the party, register now for a closed beta, and share with the world your experience in July.
I thought that was really interesting that they just don't
From
refuel.
The entire team at Ubisoft Ivory Tower.
Yeah, the fuel that they use is it also burns invisible to the naked eye. You have to use a special light or special glasses to be able to see the flames. Although I saw all over TikTok, what is that like 24-hour endurance race that happened like this past weekend that is normally just European supercars, but freaking America flew over a NASCAR to run in it. They popped in a Camaro. They were like, here you go. We'll enter the 24-hour endurance race with a fucking Camaro. We brought a muscle car to your F1 supercar endurance race. Le Mans, that's it, Eve. That is correct. And it's obnoxious. It's big. It's bulky. It's loud. Everyone else is driving their supercars that sound like pissed off weed eaters, and you got the American car going. It's all deep and shit. I'm pretty sure if I was to play another racing, I just played Need for Speed Unbound earlier this year. Enjoyed it a lot. If I was to play another one, though, it'd be one of the Forza games. I would like to play Gran Turismo, but it's all microtransaction-y. MetaQuest still going to remain the most definitive VR platform. Especially with the Apple Vision Pro being $3,500. Like, you're just not going to see much competition for the MetaQuest until someone else puts out something that is at a similar price point. The PSVR 2 is a really, really excellent VR headset, but it costs $550 on top of the $500 that you need to pay for the PlayStation 5 to run the damn thing. So it's at minimum a $1,000, $1,050 like platform, and that's before you've bought a single game. Whereas you can get a MetaQuest for $200 used, $300 new. The MetaQuest 3 comes out sometime soon for like $400, and they're their own standalone systems.
Hi everyone. I hope you enjoyed that first look at this exciting new way to play Assassin's Creed. Coming to MetaQuest this holiday, Assassin's Creed Nexus will push the boundaries of VR and let you become the assassin. You will feel what it means
Tabbing in and out. All good, Cerulean.
fight and be stealthy in new memories
Thank you for the
from
alert.
3 legendary assassins.
I feel like the PSVR would do better if it wasn't attached to the PS5. You're right. No. If it was just a standalone $550 VR system that was an all-in-one system the way that the Quest is, I think it would do fantastic. I understand that it gains a lot of power by being attached to the PlayStation 5, but that makes it, that's a very significant barrier. It feels like a peripheral, not a console. It basically is at that point. If you have to have a PlayStation 5 to use the PlayStation VR 2, it is a peripheral.
The iconic Assassin's Creed gameplay for free, anywhere, anytime. I am glad to announce that you can register now for the upcoming beta.
It's the evolution of the Nintendo 64 expansion pack.
Legacy. It's honoring those that came before us, learning from their triumphs and mistakes, to illuminate and hold their stories to the light for all to see. That inheritance of knowledge helps to guide and shape our future. Now it's your turn to build on those foundations and rise to even greater heights. To step out of the shadows and into a vast world. To make your own legacy.
I think you're right, Real. I think if they put like a $650 price tag on it and made it its own standalone system, I think it would do just fine. Because one of the things that I personally love about the Quest, because I have a Quest too, and one of the things that I love a lot about it is I don't got to be attached to anything. Sure, I can hook it up to my computer, and if I do, I get access to like Steam VR games, and I get more power and games run smoother. But I have to have a fucking cable attached to a stationary machine, where otherwise, if it's something that's native to the Quest, I can just do it fucking anywhere. You know, I don't have to be attached to anything.
We've all been waiting for this moment. Assassin's Creed Mirage is a very special game, designed as an homage to the first titles of the series that many of us fell in love with. Coming October 12th, Assassin's Creed Mirage takes the franchise back to its roots. Sarah, our narrative director for the game, will come on stage to tell you more about Basim and his journey. But before that, let's watch our story trailer.
There's another Assassin's Creed game coming out soon, because they just showed Project Jade. This is Mirage, and then I think they have one more. And it's not the VR game. Because they announced 3 Assassin's Creed games at Tokyo Game Show or the Game Awards or Gamescom or something last year.
What are you doing?
They had Mirage, Assassin's Creed something Red, and Project Jade or whatever it is. Like, they had 3 games. Ow.
Fulath, tell Basim the story of the feather.
Our tradition of the feather comes from Egypt. The feathers
It's a very special annual game, is it? I can't imagine getting excited for Assassin's Creed every single goddamn year. Yeah, I can't either. It does some really cool stuff, though. I like when I like the approach of Odyssey and Origins with the like really heavy focus on historical representation. But really, my favorite Assassin's Creed was Assassin's Creed 1. 2 was good too, but I still liked the first game the best.
To tell you when to strike.
Everything you do serves the hidden ones. That is a strange kind of freedom.
But I fell off of Assassin's Creed really, really fast and hard after they abandoned the Desmond storyline.
Pour your pain into the Brotherhood.
We are messengers of justice. And not the final judges.
He knows not what he is. Have you not wondered at your nature?
Assassin's Creed 1 was one of my 4 PlayStation 3 games. I didn't beat it. I did. I think I beat it twice.
What does it mean to be free?
What is it with them and putting poor women in green dresses? At least this isn't a bright green one like the one at the Xbox showcase.
How can you find your path and fulfill your destiny when you don't know who you really are? As he grows from street thief to master assassin, Basim thinks he has found a sense of purpose as a hidden one, working in the dark to serve the light. But his nightmarish visions keep haunting him, leading to more questions with no answer. In Baghdad, seeking the truth comes with a price. The capital of the Abbasid Empire, one of the richest, most diverse, and most advanced cities in the world, is at a turning point of its history. Unrest is growing, seeding a revolution against corruption and arbitrary justice.
I didn't game much during the generation because of college.
Turn the tides of history and change the lives of everyone. Childhood friends, fellow hidden ones, as well as newly formed allies and enemies will shape Basim's adventure. But his horrific visions are the face of a struggle that he can only handle alone. There is a lot to look forward to in Assassin's Creed Mirage, and the best way to make you understand our unique Back to the Roots experience is to show you the game. In the following gameplay walkthrough, we meet Basim right after the assassination of his first main target, as he reports back to Roshan in Harbiya's assassin bureau. Enjoy.
Still want to believe Phil's in the audience like, let me take a look at what I'm buying. Got to survey if I'm going to make money off of buying you. What is Ubisoft's net worth anyway? I mean market cap. Ubisoft market cap. Oh. They're only worth $3 billion? Shit. Phil could just write them a check right now.
Time to vanish.
Animation work is a little stiff. Ow, 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 your poor fucking hands.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
I am glad you are safe.
Alhamdulillah. A first of many achievements to come, Basim.
We should only hope. There's still much work to do.
Fighting here is exceptional. Assassin's Creed isn't really my jam, but at least they all look nice. Fair.
Quietly scouted
As long as we're not talking about Assassin's Creed Unity.
more bureaus.
I have found dwellings in 3 districts that are most unassuming. Ibid and Rebecca have arrived from Alamut and set off to El Abyssiya and Karch. I will make my way to Sharqiya shortly.
And I will join Rebecca in Karch, where
Also,
corruption
welcome
is
back,
as
Moth and Wolf.
common as the arid air. See Abu Ja'far about some things he's been working on. Then come find us.
Have a look, Bassem. I may have something that is of interest to you.
Resourceful as always. My thanks, Abu Ja'far.
I love having a pastime button. All right, it's time to go kill somebody.
Place. What do you see, Enkidu?
See people fucking shooting at me.
Consider the approach.
Also, I realize that's a video game, but like, did people back then and watchtowers just randomly shoot hawks flying around? Like, that dude in the tower was just like, fuck this hawk. Like,
Act as usual.
That guard who likes me said she and Ali's followers are trying to overthrow the prince.
What madness! They will surely fail.
one, why did they act as usual? And two, why did that guard not think that that dude with those 3 women was suspicious? I have questions. Oh, God. I'm so fucking tired. Should have checked on your friend. Dude, you didn't loot the chest. Fuck this guy. Whoever's playing this game is playing it wrong. He didn't grab the loot. You gonna hit him over the head with a pot? Oh no, you're gonna make him turn around. What was that?
Hey! Die now!
Just leaving a trail of bodies behind him. Oh, he's going to get the archer. Here. Bye.
The sky is safe, my friend. Survey the area, Enkidu. There is my target.
Eating seeds is a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, of our city. Just jump on him. Don't assassinate that dude. Assassinate that dude. That's your target. Just kill him and then get away. It'll be fine. No, you can do it. I believe in you. Well, that was neat. Oh, fucking sucks to be all those dudes. That was fucking cool.
What I wish to know, and no more need die this day.
Oh no, one more is gonna die this day. Kill him. Oh man, dog, that sucks. Time to go. was cool. Very, very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed of old. Which is what they said, right? They said that Assassin's Creed Mirage was meant to be kind of like a love letter to the old Assassin's Creed games. They're probably doing this to test the waters to see if they can make these and if they'll make money. Because the last few big Assassin's Creed games, Valhalla, Origins, Odyssey, they're expensive.
Hello, everyone. So first, I want to start by saying thank you to all gamers all around the world. It's thanks to you that we are here today. You are at the heart of everything we do. And to all Ubisoft teams...
Are you okay, my guy? You almost look like you were going to cry.
I would like to say a big thank you.
Maybe he's just nervous.
Your talent and passion are at the foundation of this fantastic lineup. So I hope you are all excited to explore the amazing playgrounds you have seen today. At Ubisoft, we are creators of worlds. We are also proud to partner with some of the biggest names in entertainment to create original stories in beloved universes. Now, I am very happy to welcome Julian from Ubisoft Massive to give you a first look at Star Wars Outlook and gameplay. So thank you. Julian?
We saw the cinematic for this yesterday. Dude.
Calm down. Do you want to see gameplay or not?
Oh, shut up.
Let's get over the speech and let's get to the gameplay.
Bring back loud guy.
Star Wars Outlaws takes place in a time of great civil unrest across the galaxy. For some,
sorry, if you're not doing it like Nina Struthers, I do not accept people who insult their own audience.
This is a time of opportunity. As a cunning thief, Kay Vess and her companion Nyx fight for survival.
Her name is Kay Vess.
Single day,
okay.
relying on their skills and resourcefulness to get by.
Should have been Hannah, but okay.
To make ends meet, Kay and Nyx dream.
I love her little rabbit axolotl.
Be free. But while seeking this freedom, Kay unexpectedly becomes one of the galaxy's most wanted. So to free herself from the bounty that follows her, Kay will need to pull off one of the greatest heists the Outer Rim has ever seen.
And she'll do it by just shooting everyone.
As they navigate the underworld, caught between criminal syndicates and vicious, ruthless villains, Kay and Nyx will manage their reputation by taking on risky contracts and navigating complex relationships, all whilst avoiding oppressive imperial rule. Kay and Nyx's journey will take them across the galaxy through stunning, varied open-world locations and the wilds of space. One of these locations is Tashara, a moon that features windswept savanna.
You want to impress me? Zoom in on that screen and have gameplay start.
Into Tashara's striking landscape, the city of Miragana serves as a central hive.
Like have a UI load in and have her start walking.
Kay and Nyx will encounter several criminal syndicates that learn that everything is measured in the value of influence, reputation, or cold, hard credits. This presents an abundance of
cold, hard credits, that digital currency.
For a young, ambitious scoundrel like Kay.
You gonna say that she's cold and ambitious? If I can't shoot somebody in the head as part of my negotiations, I don't believe you. Called her an ambitious scoundrel.
Milan, Montpellier, Paris, Shanghai, Toronto. And our amazing team at Lucasfilm Games. It's our privilege to present to you this first ever look at Star Wars Outlaws gameplay.
I'm ready. The cinematic was cool, but I need to see a game.
If you're willing to take the risk, the galaxy is full of opportunity. Thank you.
Work in progress does not represent final quality. Those are not Joanna's eggs.
Good boy.
I want that fighter stripped for parts by tomorrow.
On it. All right, Nix. Let's go get paid.
Assassin's Creed, Star Wars.
He's the boss because he knows how to handle the Empire.
We cannot trust those officers. They take our credits now, but what stops them from stabbing us in the back?
Kay's like, I'll stab you in the back. You can post him as like a cute little distraction.
Nice one.
Cute.
Hang on tight, little buddy.
This is what you guys get instead of a new Jack and Daxter game. I don't even know who owns Jack and Daxter, but...
Hey, I was just leaving.
Jesus.
Okay, we'll figure this out.
Oh, this is fine.
Oh, shield. Hey, Nick! Catch! This is getting bad.
It's alright, he's bringing you a rifle.
Let's try this out.
I'll just... It'd help if you frickin' aimed. Wouldn't be a 2023 game without a grappling hook.
I think that went pretty well, right?
Sure. Be glad that they're bad shots. Oh. Hey, we got VAT's targeting system. This acting is already bad. It's just because it's canned, like, recordings for the presentation. Like, I feel like almost any video game's attempt at, like, naturally occurring dialogue always feels really stiff.
They'll probably forgive me.
Comforting.
There's Jonta's Hope. We made it, Nix. Hey, Andy.
You're late, Kay. Doc is waiting.
What? Are you worried?
No.
Okay.
No, but you Troy.
What?
Be careful. Donka's a broker, not a friend. She can't be trusted.
Who can out here? See you back at the ship.
Round 2 and I still like my odds. Kay Vess. Back already? I told you she's fresh, but she's good.
Who's this?
Just a friend. Join us.
An Imperial officer is a
That
friend?
was more complicated than you said, Dunka.
You lived. Hey, these aren't toys.
He's like, it looks like a snack.
They're investments.
These are not Joanna's eggs.
Wait. We haven't met.
Don't really know many of you.
Stealing illegal contraband, running with syndicates. I could say you're a threat to the Empire. But I won't have to if you're smart.
Thanks, but I'm smart enough to get myself out of trouble.
You pay the tax just like everyone else.
Whoa, kid, let's just relax.
You won't make it off to Shara alive.
Shoot her.
Maybe.
All troopers, we have reports of a fugitive in Jaunter's Hope. Move to apprehend.
That Imperial announcement wouldn't be about you, would it?
Could be.
I told you not to trust her.
And quick load to see how much you lose with bribing her. Yeah, why wouldn't you check both your options? Come on. Also, like, I don't know how, like, what the conversion rate is, but you got paid 2,500 credits. That does not seem that good.
Are we good?
That was a very weird transition. There's definitely a loading screen hidden in the clouds, essentially.
Anybody on the sensors now?
TIE fighters on us.
Got one.
I feel inclined to remind you that we should shake the Empire quickly.
Thanks,
This
I'm
needs to
working on
come out like late next year. I know I was bitching through all the other showcases about like games that were released that only had like 2024 release windows and stuff like that, but I need this to come out in like November of next year because I actually like the look of this. I would probably play this and would likely enjoy it, but it needs to get the fuck away from Starfield.
Let's jump. We made it. Hey. Got your new toy.
Is that a toy?
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want.
Man, she is absolutely just meant to be a stand-in for Han. We made a Han Solo game, but we couldn't use Han Solo, so you get Kay Vess instead. That's an ad. Are we still good? Stream-wise, are we good? Coming 2024. Make it late 2024 if you would. Like September. Put it around my birthday next year. Love the people looking around like, why are we still clapping? Hey, look, it's Loud Guy. More on Star Wars, Prince of Persia, and Assassin's Creed after the show. Okay. All right, we cut. You can stop clapping now. It's time to join Ubisoft Plus now. No. Look, guys, I got Game Pass. I'm not getting any others. You can partner with Game Pass and get some of that Microsoft money like EA did for EA Play. But otherwise, just like, no. Go away. Free for 7 days? I mean, Game Pass at least gave you a month for $1. I know they don't have that anymore, but...
Hi, my name is Umberly Gonzalez, and I play Kay Vess in Star Wars Outlaws.
Hello.
Kay Vess is a thief. She's a scoundrel.
Congratulations on your role.
She's
I hope
really
you were
good
excited
at
about it.
sneaking around. You know, she's charming and she'll like talk to you, but she's already taking all your things. She isn't perfect at it, but she always seems to get away with it.
Kay really finds herself in a bit of a jam. You know, she's got a bounty on her back and is trying to find work. That's when she starts to really realize, I kind of like this underworld business. I kind of like this world, and she's trying to thrive on it.
She has to survive because nobody else will save her unless it's her. The only person that she has is her companion, Nyx. They're not even human, but that is the
They're awfully
closest
cute,
thing
though.
she has to feeling a part of something in the world.
I also think that Nyx, in a lot of ways, is kind of an extension of Kay, both in a gameplay sense or a story sense, you know. In gameplay, she allows Kay to do things she never thought possible. And
Are you going to show us anything new, or are you just going to talk about what we've already seen?
Make sense when something's off, or see an opportunity or that kind of thing. Really, they're completely connected.
I love that relationship. I'm so excited for people to meet Nyx because they're gonna fall in love with him too.
I already like that cute little bastard.
Outlaws takes place right between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, so it's the civil war between the rebellion and the Empire. That has actually created this pocket of opportunity for syndicates and criminal organizations to rise up in that space. We've got the Pikes, we've got the Hutts, we've got a new syndicate that we've crafted for this game called the Ashiga Clan. And one of the phrases we always held on to was this notion of you live and die by your reputation. So it's really exciting for Kay and hopefully for players.
She's so fearless. You'll see her just go for it, and there's no stopping her, even when
I'm really glad that Star Wars games, for the most part, stay away from the Skywalker stuff. I know that we've seen a decent amount of Vader in the Star Wars Jedi games, Fallen Order and Survivor, but that's fine. Like, you know, with it being a Soulsian game, it makes sense for you want Vader to be in there as like this unbeatable entity.
Step of the way in crafting the story, and they were
but outside of the little like nods here and there, I'm glad that they mostly stay away from the movies.
We want to focus on the underworld. We want to focus on an outlaw navigating through that space, but we're sort of there to help guide and point out, like, hey, here's an opportunity you might not have looked at, or there's a character you might want to consider. So really, it was a partnership through and through.
I feel like this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest franchise of our lifetime. The themes, like everything, has just been a part of our world. And for me and for the world of Star Wars, I know that people are gonna love this game, not just for how amazing the gameplay is, but like the story itself, to see a young girl become a woman and become an outlaw.
What, are you worried?
No.
We pretty much don't ever get Skywalker games. You're right, but that's good because I feel like we get too much Skywalker everything in the movies.
The character.
And so the games actually get to be their own thing and be a better image of Star Wars, because as fun as the Star Wars movies can be, they're just Skywalker movies. They don't ever even really feel like Star Wars movies. That was one of the things that was cool about like The Mandalorian initially, was that it felt like something that was happening inside the world of Star Wars that wasn't connected to the Skywalkers.
It makes her very endearing, even though she's a very tough person.
You won't make it off to Shara alive.
Maybe.
And yeah, it kind of feels like she was always meant to be Kay. She informs it in every way.
I love bringing a character like this to life, and it's
those performance capture studios are really cool.
It's definitely a dream come true, and I'm still doing it. So literally like about to hop and do a scene right now. So it's all just exciting, and I feel now I'm really locked into the character. The team is amazing, and I feel very supported. And I'm happy that they found me, because I feel like I was meant to.
That's the point? What's the point?
Make sure to catch me alongside with some developers and cast members at Comic-Con International this July in San Diego.
Hello and welcome to the Star Wars Outlaws official gameplay walkthrough breakdown. I'm Chastity Vicencio with Ubisoft News, and I'm joined by narrative director Naveed Kavari, creative director Julian Garrity, and game director Matthias Carlson, who are going to give us more information about what we saw in the gameplay walkthrough.
Okay, so we're going to just see the exact same stuff. They're not showing anything new. Okay, I'm going to pause that then. I don't feel the need to watch through that. If we're not getting something new, if they're just kind of breaking down what we already saw, which is just like mechanics with the cute little creature, shooting mechanics, driving mechanics, and space mechanics, like the Skywalkers are the point of the Star Wars story. If you say so, I'm tired of them. Like, Star Wars is a really cool world and universe, and it exists outside of the Skywalkers. Like, I'm so burned out on Skywalker stuff. So, like, if that's your interest in them, that's fine. If you're a Skywalker fan, cool. But I'm tired of the Skywalkers. All right. So here's the future game show. At what point does it actually start? What is this? Just advertisements? Okay. Okay, I need to step away for just a short moment, and then we'll watch the future game show. What's that video that I keep on and grabbing? I need to step away. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to refill my coffee. and I need to, here it is. And I need to grab a quick snack. So I will go over here, do like this. Turn the music up a little bit. Now I'll be right back. I'm sick of Harry Potter. I just want Hogwarts. No, that is exactly correct, actually. Like, I'm not invested in Harry Potter anymore at all because of the creator, but I want to see stories that aren't Harry Potter. I want to see stories that are not the Skywalkers. Like, Harry's story was fine, but it's over now. I'm really sad that the continuation of Harry Potter was still just stuff attached to Harry Potter. Like, the cursed child is like, oh, well, now it's about Harry's kids. And I'm like, no, show me other shit. There's other witches and wizards and stories that you can tell that exist within Hogwarts. And there's other stories across the galaxy within the realm and universe of Star Wars that are not about the Skywalkers. Like, you have this very in-depth, detailed, expansive universe with a very detailed amount of backstory and lore across multiple sections of it. Tell one of those stories. And Star Wars has gotten better about it because they have started telling stories about like some of the other Jedis that survived Order 66 and stuff like that. But they're normally not in the movies. The movies have always been just very heavily connected to the Skywalkers. Whereas a lot of like the Netflix show, well, I guess they're Disney Plus shows now. The Disney Plus series and stuff, they're normally not connected to the Skywalkers. And I think they're better for it. I'll be right back though. Okay, I'm back. I got my rice cake, went to the bathroom, refilled my coffee. I guess we're just not the kind of person who wants a franchise to be something other than what it is. Just go to other media. Obviously, Star Wars has expanded, but that's why I can't bring myself to care about the EU stuff. I also kind of think EU stuff is just lazy. I mean, I think some of it easily can be, but I think that the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I haven't played Survivor yet, but Fallen Order was one of the most like immersive, enjoyable Star Wars experiences that I had seen, even beyond movies or even other video games or the series and stuff. I thought that game was fantastic. It was like, man, this is such a cool universe and world to be in. And it still had Jedi and Sith and stuff like that, but it was disconnected from the Skywalkers and was doing its own thing and telling its own story. And I thought that it was fantastic. I mean, that's like KOTOR, also completely, you know, disconnected from the Skywalkers. Like, they made something that wasn't good enough to sell on its own merit, so slap a brand on it. I think in some cases that's true, of that it's easy to make extra money out of something if it has a brand on it. Like, that's one of the things that happens a lot with, like, Final Fantasy games, is that I feel like some Final Fantasy games would do better if they wouldn't have sold as well if they didn't have the Final Fantasy tag on them, but also would have been better games if they weren't slapped with the Final Fantasy tag on them. Like, they sell more because they say Final Fantasy, but they would have been better received or just better if they weren't Final Fantasy games. Exactly like Final Fantasy. But, and I think depending on what it is, like with Star Wars specifically, like, it's one thing if you are just like using it so you can like sell a TIE fighter on the box art, you know, but there's cool shit that you can do within the Star Wars universe with Jedi and lightsabers and Force and Sith powers and stuff like that. It's a cool fucking universe, right? Same with Hogwarts, right? Hogwarts, though, is, in a lot of ways, is some generic fantasy bullshit with wands. But you do have an established universe that you can do some neat shit in without having to completely remake it all from scratch, or people just being like, it's just a copy of Hogwarts. But I do agree with you that there are varying degrees of positives and negatives that exist within that space, depending on if something just has a brand slapped on it with some of that brand's paint for the sake of sales. But it can be done extremely well, and I enjoy it when it's done well and isn't tied to the original main characters. All right, let's check out the future game show. I want the past gaming show. Sell me Ocarina of Time again. I'll buy it. Think we'll ever get a remake of Ocarina of Time? Like, real question. Think we ever will? Intended for mature audiences. Interesting. Sorry, I'm leaning off screen to eat, so you don't gotta watch me shoving crap in my face.
Laura Bailey, though you may know me best as the voice of Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, Mary Jane
Hi.
Watson in Marvel's Spider-Man, or maybe even the host of the June 2021 Future Game Show. And now I am back, and this time on a super cool stage to host this year's Future Game Show Summer Showcase presented by Intel. But as we all know, with great power comes great responsibility, and thankfully, I've got Yuri here to share it with me.
I'm so glad we got that out of the way soon.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Laura.
Wow.
It's great to be here. I'm Yuri
Laura and
Lowenthal,
Yuri? Yuri
and I'm the
Lowenthal?
voice of
What's up, man?
Sasuke on Naruto, Yosuke in Persona 4, and of course, Peter Parker in Marvel's Spider-Man. But tonight, I'm swapping out the Spidey suit for something a little more suave. Think less thwips, more quips. Actually, just like Spider-Man.
Exactly. Yuri and I have been on plenty of adventures, like when we explored the Midnight Channel with a talking teddy bear.
Or when we brought down Mr. Negative.
Right?
We have the best job.
I know! But let me tell you, nothing prepares you for a stacked showcase full of video game news.
You're telling me. Now, I've had a sneaky little look at what's to come. We've got demo drops, developer presentations, gameplay trailers, montages, and of course, world premieres.
Nice. Wish list at the ready, folks.
I love these two.
And remember, if something catches your eye during the show, head to gamesradar.com to read more about it.
I think we've covered all the bases. So
It's like they're performers with some charisma or something like that.
Please welcome Tamara Jokic and Gilad Baraka, who are here to deliver a very special performance of Waves from Beyond, from the soundtrack.
Already got one on 3DS. Oh, for Ocarina of Time? I want an Ocarina of Time remake in the style of how they did the Link's Awakening remake. I want a 2D version of Ocarina of Time. Give it to me.
¿Dónde vamos? ¿A dónde llegamos? Si no hay rumbo ni marea. Luz de luna en tu espuma nos da un poco de esperanza.
Hey, the 3DS version, you get Master Mode. Mirrors the whole game. It's surprising how much different that actually makes the game feel. You got Master Mode on GameCube too. Man, that Zelda Master Disc was fucking fire. I loved that damn thing.
Mi pescador de sueños en el viaje con la proa hacia el cielo azul. Con las voces de sirenas cuando sopla el viento más magnífico y el empuje de las olas más allá.
GC Master Quest for $90. GameStop would give you like $45 for it. Which was amazing, because it was fucking GameStop. Drive safe.
Si no hay rumbo ni marea.
Last of Us Part 1 you consider a glorified remaster. Link's Awakening you consider a remake, even though most of the elements are the same. It's funny because there's probably more effort that was put into the Last of Us Part 1 remake, because that actually was rebuilt from the ground up. Like, it wasn't just replacement of assets. They rebuilt the game. At work, but just saying, veil, 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 if it isn't Vandishar.
Vandishar.
Good to see you, friend. Welcome in. Or just thanks for popping in. If you're lurking or if you're just popping by, whatever it is, good to see you. I hope you're well.
Well, that was beautiful. Thanks
was.
again to Tamara and Gilad.
I apologize for talking
Tamara
over
was
most of it.
previously available on Netflix, but today we are pleased to reveal that it's coming to PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox
Almost no
Series
delay
X
on the mobile
and
app?
S, and
That's
Nintendo
unheard of.
Switch
Yeah, no
in the
kidding.
summer. Make sure to wishlist it on Steam.
All right, before we get to our first world premiere, we've got a quick update.
During this year's Spring Showcase, we announced that the World of Future Game Show is expanding with the launch of the new FGS YouTube and TikTok channels.
And after we wrap up today, you'll be able to go deeper into selected games from the show with exciting videos from the growing FGS editorial team. Search for FGS on YouTube or TikTok, and look out for the channel logo you can see behind us.
All right, let's keep this engine running. I think it's time for our very first world premiere.
Give it to me. I'm ready.
So, why are we really doing this? I thought you hated racing.
I need to get into the city again.
Who is going to walk away with this year's City Pass? Tune in and find out. It's going to be one hell of a ride.
Now this is pod racing.
He can't be allowed to keep doing this. But how can we stop him? By playing him at his own game.
Aster, what would you like to say to all your fans?
Okay.
Welcome to the world of Resistor, a post-apocalyptic car PG.
I know that they
where
say
you
The Last
build
of
a
Us Part 1 was
ragtag
remade
team
from the
of
ground up, but
racers.
it's still so
It's coming
similar
soon
that it
to
feels like a
PC,
remaster.
PlayStation,
I understand.
Xbox,
I totally
and
understand.
Nintendo Switch, so get it on your wish lists. What's next, Jerry?
Well, here we go from the
I think the part
post-apocalyptic to the
1
prehistoric.
remake was twofold. One, to somewhat future-proof it, because it does look a lot better up close to even Last of Us Part 1 remastered. That was on the PlayStation 4. So the fidelity will be able to be maintained for significantly longer. And also to capitalize on sales after the HBO Max series. So that people that watch the series that then want to go play the game have a new version to purchase. What is this? There's been some weird transitions that didn't really make sense. Did I fucking miss something? We were walking through the woods looking at dinosaurs, and now we're in space as a truck driver. What just happened?
I don't know. I think I'd kind of enjoy being stuck in an intergalactic traffic jam if the views were that good.
Right? I mean, I get the whole truck sim thing now. It looks strangely relaxing. That was your first glimpse at Star Trucker, which is coming in 2024.
But now it's time to shift gears to demon gods and dark fantasy. We've got a developer presentation from Hexworks, the minds behind Lords of the Fallen.
I'm so fucking confused, but okay.
On behalf of Hexworks, welcome to the Lords of the Fallen gameplay showcase. Today, we're taking a closer look at our all-new dark fantasy action RPG, arriving this October on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Spiritual successor to the original 2014 release, it acts as a full reboot for the franchise, taking place in a vast, interconnected world over 1,000 years later. Featuring colossal boss battles, fast, challenging combat, and deep, immersive storytelling.
Lords of the Fallen was one of the first games to try to emulate the Dark Souls formula, and it was not very well received. It'll be interesting to see if 10 years later, with everything that's released in that time frame, if it does a better job now.
Enemies and, of course, treasures. And while Axiom presents its own challenges, untold horrors await in its nightmarish counterpart. Thanks to the Umbral Lamp, players can enter this lightless world at any time in one of two ways. When slain by the foes of Axiom, at which point you'll resurrect in the same location, albeit in Umbral, or by performing the Umbral Rift and willingly sacrificing one of your 2 lives. But the lamp holds yet more power, granting the ability to flay the soul from an enemy for some high damage attacks, and even manipulate the very environment of the Umbral world. However, the longer you spend in this wraith-ridden plane, the greater number of spectral terrors that will hunt you down.
How do you get out?
But as harrowing as the Hellions of Umbral are, they pale in comparison to the game's brutal boss battles. Towering above the ever-burning city of Calrath, this gargantuan monstrosity doesn't take kindly to would-be adventurers, the demonic presence within, ready to devour any and all within sight. A merciless torturer, prepared to carry out any atrocity in the name of his faith. Tancred, master of castigations, is the devout chaplain of the hallowed sentinels. Though beneath the pious veil, his very own flesh conceals a truth most foul.
Ew. Gross. She's gonna be saying ew through this whole freaking trailer.
When Harrower Dervla ventured into the deepest depths of this world,
it's not Millennia.
Rising, what she discovered was so utterly horrific that she renounced her former life in commitment to a far darker oath. Pre-order Lords of the Fallen now, and prepare to unleash the darkness on Friday the 13th of October.
This looks wonderfully gross. Delicious. Makes me want another snack.
Lords of the Fallen is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox on October 13th, 2023. And you can wishlist it right now. Wait, what is it, Yuri? Are you okay?
My spidey sense is tingling. Oh, no, wait, it's something good. It's time for another world premiere.
Is he allowed to say that?
Glee cheese, Team 17.
Glee cheese, Team 17. What the fuck was that?
Okay.
What is happening? I haven't seen a game yet, unless this is supposed to be the game. It's like not Fall Guys. Headbangers Rhythm Royale. Okay. Team 17 is a publisher. Glee Cheese is the developer for that game. Team 17 published piles and
so
piles
infectious.
and piles of shit.
Yeah. That is going to be in my head for a while, I think.
Well, I really can't complain. Watch out for Headbangers Rhythm Royale, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in 2023. So, what's next, Laura?
Oh, well, this game debuted as a world premiere in last year's Summer Showcase, and now we've got a closer look at gameplay. This is The Last Faith, which some fans are describing as a pixelated take on Bloodborne.
A hunter's dream, you might say.
Touché.
A new dawn is at hand. The secret has been
Hang on.
snatched
I have to open a window real quick.
in the hands of the sordid. But one rises above all others.
This game does still exist.
The sweetness of the
We did a reaction to this game 6 months ago. This was a Kickstarter title way back when, and it has not done well by its Kickstarter backers. They are very, very upset. I had so many people coming in and commenting on my video that this game had been abandoned and that the backers were all trying to get refunds and shit for the game. Apparently it still exists. I wonder if there's a release date on this. It is actually releasing. I had assumed with the way that people had been talking about this game on the YouTube comments that this game was just
coming to PC,
dead.
PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in October 2023. And you can wishlist it right now on Steam.
We're also thrilled to announce that The Last Faith will have a beta demo this summer. If you want to check it out, register for access at
Probably be part of like Steam Next Fest. Steam Next Fest is like next
Our
week.
next game is a stealth action platformer set in the wake of a climate catastrophe. Let's take a trip to the world of Steel Seed.
It's a fun logo. And you're right, Vanishar, I do like rhythm games.
I'm Carlo Bianchi, and I'm the founder and game director of Stormy Natica. Let me introduce you Zoe and Kobe, the dynamic duo that will accompany you during your journey. Today, we are excited to show you the gameplay reveal of Steel Seed. Steel Seed is a stealth action game with a deep, complex, and lore-driven story. After a major climate catastrophe caused by humans, the AIs took control of the situation in order to find a way to preserve life. Zoe is looking for her father in an underground facility built by machines and extremely hostile toward anomalies. The environment surrounding Zoe is huge and takes heavy inspiration from popular mangas, movies, and anime. Zoe needs Kobe to help with exploration, environment interaction, stealth, and combat. Their bond will grow stronger the more challenges they will face together. Facing enemies without using Kobe is extremely dangerous. The planning phase using your companion is essential. Sometimes a stealth approach in problematic scenarios is preferable, and a good execution will be highly rewarding. The environment will offer you many ways to deal with the enemies. Be the silent assassin.
Yeet.
Should you feel more aggressive, or if you screw up the stealth,
Did that Final Fantasy one ever come out? What do you mean? Do you have any more context?
on the enemies. Don't forget the Kobe is there to help you with ranged attacks and skills. Your companion really makes the difference.
Oh, the Final Fantasy rhythm game? Yes. You're talking about Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. It did come out.
Will allow you to expand Zoe and Kobe's passive and active abilities.
Only on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, though.
Render the experience more dynamic and fun. Also, in dangerous times, you may
Are there more panels this summer? There is, yes. So later today, in about 3 hours, is the Capcom showcase, and tomorrow is Xbox Extended, and then that is the last one that we currently know about. There has not been a Nintendo Direct announced,
Thanks for your time with us.
Square Enix didn't do a showcase, mostly because they had the Final Fantasy 16 pre-launch celebration yesterday, which was basically like their showcase. And then PlayStation did theirs last week.
Steel Seed is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Yeah, we're almost done with the Summer
This
of
can be
Gaming
so much easier when
showcases.
you're not wearing a skin-tight suit. Am I right?
Wait a second. Are you telling me you wear the Spidey suit when you record?
No.
No, I would not do
Right
that.
now, we've got a double feature focusing on Distant
That game looked fine,
Bloom
Steel Seed.
and Go Fight Fantastic.
It's like $20. Hell
Get
yeah.
into it.
It's like Uncharted with Assassin's Creed takedowns, essentially. Did that plant tell me did good? Distant Bloom. Take down the jelly man.
A routine mission to a peaceful planet, huh?
Bird planet. That's
Nothing's ever
racist.
routine with this crew. But one thing's for sure. We'll deal with whatever comes our way. Together.
That ending title card though. Jeez.
Distant Bloom and Go Fight Fantastic are coming later this year. So head on over to Steam and flesh out your quickly growing wish lists.
And here's a bonus. Limited time demos for both games have also been made available on Steam. So head on over to the Future Game Show's Steam page if you want to check them out.
Laura, en garde!
Wait, what? What's happening?
Oh, sorry, I was reading too far ahead. It's world premiere time again.
From the forgotten pages of history comes a swashbuckling spectacle.
A challenge. I like that. Come at me.
It's a Soulsian.
Let's finish this. Catch this.
Okay, I actually really love the look of this game. If the combat is like really good, if it's snappy and enjoyable with the way that like the parrying and stuff works, this could be a lot of fun.
Come on, amigo. Try to fight me at least.
This is an ambush!
That dude's dead.
On guard.
Am I the only one who's never heard of her?
That was En Garde, a swashbuckling action-adventure which is coming in the summer of 2023. Wishlist it now on Steam.
Hey, Yuri.
Yes?
When you think of the three pillars of video games, what do you see?
Okay, well, for me, it's got to be, obviously, big rigs, big bucks, and snow trucks.
Okay, that was not what I was expecting, but boy, do I have the trailer for you.
I'm ready.
3 pillars of video games. Big rigs, big trucks, and tow trucks. Snow trucks? What did he say? I don't know. That was awful. Yuri, why would you do that? Big Rigs 2. Welcome back, Real. Aw, damn. That is copyright. What is this? Truck Driver Simulator? Is that what this is? Truck Driver Simulator 2024? Alaskan Road Truckers.
Alaskan Truck Simulator is coming to PC, PlayStation, and
It's Alaskan
Xbox
Road
Q3
Truckers, Laura,
2023.
not
So just put it on
Alaskan
your wish
Truck
list.
Simulator. Gah.
Now, our next game follows a scribe who's been sentenced to 30 years of writer's block. Hey, we've all been there, am I right?
What?
Let's take a look at The Bookwalker.
The Bookwalker. Should have named it the Page Master and gotten sued. Can we get a Page Master video game? That sounds scary as hell. Dude is a book. That's a really fun concept. Okay, there's a demo available right now. Good, because that unfortunately, like, I liked the concept of what they were communicating, but there was no gameplay in that.
You really should. Those guys are coming after you. The Bookwalker Thief of Tales is coming to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation on June 22nd, and you can play a free demo for the game on Steam after the show.
Okay.
If it's shown off today and is releasing in 2 weeks, I question what the gameplay looks like heavily. There's 3 Page Master games. Yeah, like Cerulean said, they're probably really old, like point-and-click adventure games or like 2D platformers. Looks like a game for us to play with Athena. Looks like a good game for the Scooby Squad. Oh, it's deceit.gg. It's just called Deceit 2, which means it's a social deduction game.
2023, and you can also play the beta now. And if you like, yeah, give it a wish list.
But of course, lying is only one part of our life. For some of
Nah,
us,
it's not like
ways,
DVD,
maybe
it's like
more.
Among Us.
Our next game features the rest of it. It's time to check in with Paradox Tectonic, the developers of Life by You.
Hi, Future Game Show. This is King Choi, Studio Director of Marketing at Paradox Tectonic.
Man, your parents named you King?
First off, I want to share a heartfelt thank you to the gaming community, especially the life simulation players, for your overwhelming response when we first announced the game back in March of this year. And if you're just learning about us for the very first time, welcome. Life by You is designed to be one of the most moddable and open-world life simulation games. Launching on
quite
PC
the name.
as an
Sure
early
is.
access title this September, Life by You is opening up a whole new world of creative possibilities. Be in total control of the humans that you create, the towns that you build, and the stories that you tell, driven by real language conversations. And most importantly, live out the lives and stories that you create in a world without loading screens. And oh yes, mods. We here at Paradox Tectonic are continuing to build off the DNA of great games that
Why do you
Paradox
sound like a
Interactive
robot?
is known for, especially when it comes to community-focused features and experiences.
There's distortion in his
Tools,
voice,
as
like the
well as
recording
editors
was
that
bad.
You'll be able to play with in our game will allow you to get your hands on the same tools that our game team is using to actually make the game in order to make your own UGC and mods.
Just for Future Game Show 2023, here's an exclusive look at one of the jobs that your characters will be able to take on in Life by You. Here's my human, Harley, heading to her job as the barista at the Cozy Up Cafe. Harley will need to complete a set of tasks as part of her workday, including cleaning up displays that customers will inspect and take samples from. Head over to the YouTube channel at Life by You to learn more about the game, and make sure you subscribe to be the first to know when we do our weekly video drops, including feature deep dives, and also dev streams that we'll be posting in the coming weeks and months. Pre-order the game on Epic and wishlist it on Steam.
It's
When you
not The
pre-order,
Sims.
You'll be able to receive the exclusive Life Begins pack, and the first 100,000 early access players will be invited to a private
I guess
Discord
somebody has to
server
try and make
where
a
you'll be
Sims-like
able to share
game.
direct feedback to our game team to inform the roadmap and the development of the game towards full launch. We're so excited for you to get your hands on this game, and thank you so much for having us Future Game Show 2023.
Life by You is coming to Steam Early Access on September 12th, 2023, so make sure to wishlist it today.
Okay.
Didn't they say
Time to switch things up for a
Epic
sec.
Games early
The
act?
VR
Whatever.
Showcase first appeared in our spring showcase earlier this year, and now it's back by popular demand. So let's swing over there and
Get
see
it?
what's new in the
Swing.
world.
I think that's it, Cerulean.
Whippity thwip. So let's see what's new in the world of virtual reality.
Whoa, this is all new. What do we do? Any ideas, Yuri?
I see a highlighted path, so I guess, like any good video game protagonist, we should
We'll go
follow
the
it blindly?
opposite direction.
Sounds smart to me.
If you see a highlighted path, you go the other way.
Reimagining of a Dreamcast cult classic.
Failed
Lets you play
gamers.
squash in space. Let's check in with C-Smash VRS.
What'd you call me? I have no idea what that. Like they said, it was a reimagining of a classic game.
Because C-Smash VRS is coming to PSVR 2 later this month on June 23rd, 2023.
I've never heard of
If you
C-Smash.
haven't got it on your wish list already, fix that, would you? And if you're not convinced by that trailer, you can check out a free demo for the game on the PlayStation Store.
Next up, we have something for those of you looking for a different way to get your heart pumping. Take a look at this trailer for Madison VR.
She was. Here's the different way to get your heart pumping. It's just porn. Like it's just VR porn. They said Dreamcast game. Okay, I didn't own a Dreamcast, and I didn't know anyone that owned a Dreamcast. The White Room reminds you of Mirror's Edge. Especially when it had the red pathway. Athena, do you want to play Madison in VR? Ah. You know, while it would be like a very different experience, Madison is really heavily about the puzzles and some of the timing puzzles in there. So I don't know if replaying it in VR would actually be that good of an experience because you'd know a lot of the answers unless they change some things for VR.
Yikes, even Polaroids are scary now. That was Madison VR, which is coming in 2023.
You're talking about Polaroids have always been
Elbow and
scary.
knee-pads. This next game lets you shred without the fear of falling. Let's see what's new with VR Skater.
Somebody is going to get very hurt playing this game. This doesn't seem like a good idea for VR. Just in like a general sense, it doesn't seem like a good idea. Maybe that's just me. I also love how every single thing that they've shown is like kick flipping over a big empty gap. I understand video games get a video game, but I don't think you could grind down an escalator. It's all rubbery.
Cool stickers. VR Skater is kick flipping its way.
I think we're just flipping our hands, maybe by raising both arms. Oh, you're probably right, but that won't change that people's sense of balance will be thrown off. You're going to have to play that game sitting down.
Give us the lowdown on Firewall Ultra, a tactical VR shooter coming exclusively to PSVR 2.
Hi, I'm Frank from First Contact Entertainment, and it is our pleasure to be here at the Future Game Show today. We've had our heads down for a while now working on Firewall Ultra, the next evolution of the Firewall franchise, which is coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2. In Firewall Ultra, you'll be playing as an elite contractor tasked with either downloading or defending sensitive information. You'll be able to hop in with a squad of up to 3 other players and show off your skills across varied locations in both our PvP and PvE modes. The team has been working hard to create a truly deep and immersive experience that is a treat for all the senses. We've taken full advantage of the hardware, utilizing eye tracking, haptics in both the controllers and headset, trigger resistance, and the power of the PlayStation 5 to create something that truly feels like a generational leap forward.
I don't believe you.
We can't wait for you to enter the world of Firewall Ultra, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2 later this year.
I haven't seen anything in VR yet that feels like it is a generational leap forward for VR. It is people just doing slightly similar things with slightly different approaches and codes of paint.
World premiere of a new VR experience featuring a famous animated duo. Hold on to your Wensleydale.
A nose blunt stall on an escalator would be sick. You could do stalls, sure, but they were grinding down it. And like all that's gonna happen is that you're gonna put your freaking board on there, it's gonna catch on that rubber handrail, and then the rest of you is gonna go flying.
Oh, what a cracker of a
Wallace and Gromit?
The grand getaway. It's a right burst.
In VR? Okay.
Looks cracking, Yuri. Wallace and Gromit in the Grand Getaway is coming to MetaQuest 2 and MetaQuest Pro in 2023.
This brings us to the end of the VR showcase. We ran out of highlighted path anyway, so I guess we should fast travel. Does anyone see any subway signs around here? Anyone? Hello?
Okay, we're back, and I think I've hit my liminal space quota for today. Don't forget to check GamesRadar.com and the FGS social channels for more info on all of the games from today's Future Game Show Summer Showcase, powered by Intel. Okay, time for some more trailers, Yuri?
Yeah, for sure. Let's pick back up with an exciting world premiere.
That was a weird still. Dude is dead. No, you ain't waking up. No,
Where am I? Where do you think? This is Deponia. So, the nightmare's finally over. If I were you, I'd really reconsider that statement.
New era, same trash.
Hey,
At least you recognize.
Psychedelic Entertainment, and you just watched the reveal trailer of our upcoming story-driven survival game, Surviving Deponia. It has been 7 years since we last visited our lovely trash planet, and Elysium, the floating city, has crashed down onto its surface and turned it into a Mad Maxian nightmare. Master the environment, build your own base, and meet new as well as old friends. In Early Access 2023.
Wasn't expecting that it was actually a Deponia game until the old man said Deponia.
That was Surviving Deponia, a survival twist on the cult classic point-and-click series. It's coming soon, so head on over to Steam and drop it on your wish list to stay up to date.
Man, I am parched.
Not as parched as the citizens of our next game, who live in a post-apocalyptic society where water has become new gold.
Where have I heard that before?
By yourself, all you've got around you is desert. Choose to band together with others, you've got life. Water. Civilization. To survive.
We got like Wish brand Sam Elliott on the voiceover right now.
And the most difficult choice is always right around the corner.
That was so little.
Homeseek is coming to PC on July 20th, 2023, so be sure to stick it on your wish list.
Like, I'm glad to see games that are being announced that are also releasing in the near future, but like, my guy, you didn't show enough of the game for people to want to buy this next month.
Someone tell me in the chat while we roll the trailer, actually.
This looks like a game that I would play on like a Flash website. Big Newgrounds energy. Leica? Play the demo on Steam on June 19th. Because Steam Next Fest.
Always cool to define a new genre here at the Future Game Show. That was Leica, Aged Through Blood. The very first Motorvania. That's what I'm calling it, and I'm sticking to it.
No notes. Leica, Aged Through Blood is coming to PC, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox in 2023. Next, let's hand it over to Pentapeak Studios to dig into the mechanics of their upcoming strategy game, Space Gears.
100 years in the future, Mars is at war.
Space Gears is a new strategy game. Join the fight and conquer Mars.
Commander, your mechs are online and ready for battle. The ground crew is
Man,
adding the final
after
touches
the
to prepare
Capcom
for your
showcase,
this is your camp and home
I need to
base.
know how many
Collect
games
resources
were
and terraform
announced
Mars to build
in
an
the
all-new
last
planet.
week.
Space Gears is for strategy and MOBA fans everywhere. Strategy and unit controls will be key to claiming victory.
RTS and MOBAs are not synonymous. MOBAs were born from RTS games, but they are a completely different genre. You cannot appeal to, you cannot say for fans of strategy games and fans of MOBA games. Those are different. nobody for a second would say that League of Legends and Command and Conquer
Space
are
Gears
in the
is coming
same
soon to
genre.
PC, but you can terraform your opinion on it by playing it for free after the show.
Nice. How about something terrifying, though? Bloober Team has sent over the brand new launch trailer for the studio's first-person horror game, Layers of Fear.
Another Athena game.
Peggy 16.
Athena already played Layers of Fear and Layers of Fear and Layers of Fear 2, and this is Layers of Fear's bad naming scheme, but I'm sure without a doubt Athena will play this one. Athena enjoyed the first two.
Recognition. You took away what was rightfully mine. But what was stolen can be reclaimed. It's been years. And yet,
Athena's played a lot of the Bloober Team games, actually, because Athena also played the Medium.
the memories. The nightmares. They've never left this place. All right. I've waited too long. It's time.
Means Athena needs to also play the upcoming Silent Hill game. Was I say Faust? Yeah.
What? How they...
Where'd the phone come from?
Hi, Ma.
Darling? Is that you?
Of course, Ma. How's your book going?
I'm glad to hear your voice. But... how?
It's good to have you back, writer.
Looks like a good time.
No. Not again.
Is that a remake of Layers of Fear?
And I've wet my pants. That was Layers of Fear, which is coming to PC, Mac, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series consoles on June 15th.
Up next, we've got a unique take on the co-op cartoon shooter from a talented two-person studio. Let's dive into the world of Enchanted Portals.
Co-op cartoon shooter? Is that what we're calling Cuphead? Enchanted Portals.
Anyone else just get deja vu? Explore a variety of animated styles when Enchanted Portals comes to PC and consoles later this year.
Okay, we've got a dark fantasy deck building RPG up next, full of procedural dungeons and branching narrative choices. Let's check in with Shattered Heaven.
Deck building RPG with procedural dungeons? What is this? It's just a...
But an endless...
It's Slay the Spire. Okay.
But this ends now. Destiny.
But is it a roguelike?
It's ours to shape.
You have no idea.
I'm guessing so, since they said procedural dungeons.
To yourself.
Shattered Heaven is out now on PC. What's up next, Yuri?
Okay, well, if I'm reading this correctly, then we're introducing the Fart Squad?
Oh, yeah. You mean the furniture arrangement and relocation technicians. Great house movers to have on speed dial.
In the town of Packmore, there are those with stuff, and those who carry stuff away. When your stuff needs moving, it's time to call Smooth Moves.
Smooth Moves deploys the Fart Squad. You know, I'm more impressed that that couch fit perfectly through that window than anything.
Laura, would you mind, giving me the number for the Fart Squad after we wrap?
Of course. I love those guys. Moving Out 2 is coming soon.
Next up, we've got our Ones to Watch segment, a montage of some of the coolest indie games on the horizon.
Okay. Oh, those are going by very quickly. Odinfall. Okay, they're staying on the screen a little bit longer now. Punch Club 2. Death Ground. Venture to the Vial. Oh, unrecord, yeah. When that one comes around, that'll be wild. It is that is not footage. That is in Unreal Engine 5. That game is going to be controversial when it releases.
That was our Ones to Watch montage. If anything caught your eye, you can find out more on these games and everything else in the show by heading to our dedicated Steam page, which you can find by searching for Future Game Show on Steam.
A montage! But now it's time to take a look at Warhaven, Nexon's free-to-play 16 versus 16 fantasy brawl.
We've seen Warhaven at almost every showcase this week during the Summer of Gaming events. And I will say what I said every other time it showed up, is that it looks like a faster-paced For Honor, and that For Honor already fills a very limited niche, and there's been lots of games that have tried to do the For Honor thing, and almost all of them have failed. And For Honor even almost failed. It will be interesting to see if Warhaven is any different in any way.
Warhaven is coming in fall 2023. Be sure to wishlist it on Steam, as you'll be able to play Warhaven during Steam Next Fest later this month.
Steam. I feel like we've said that word a lot lately.
Yeah, it's like we're living in a Steam world at this point, and we're Steam bots, you know, mining and exploring, building houses for the Steam folk.
Bad jokes.
Wait, what?
I just wish it was single player. Yeah, sorry, Eve. Also, hey, Eve.
Woo.
I'm fine.
SteamWorld Build is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in 2023. Make sure it's on your SteamWorld wish lists if you like what you saw.
Now, Yuri, you've heard of nightmares, right? But what about a daymare?
Sounds even
Daymare 1994 Sandcastle.
Maybe in concept, but not in our next game, which is a third-person
This game needs a
survival
release
horror
date.
that's nostalgic for the 90s.
You must be important if he brought you here instead of just killing you.
It can't be.
Some knowledge is best kept hidden from the rest of the world.
Reyes, you should stay out of this. You think you understand, but you're blind like everyone else.
It can't be too late.
Reyes, you need to get out of here right now.
They all seem to become obsessed with the same thing.
You can't have betrayed us.
That data can't be allowed to leave here.
I'm actually fairly interested in this game. It's meant to be kind of... It's meant to be Resident Evil-esque.
I'm going to finish this.
Oh, okay.
Forever.
August 30th?
Rest now.
Stay frosty, because Daymare is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on August 30th, 2023. So prime those wishlisting fingers, folks. What's next, Laura?
We're going to throw it over to Core Engage, the team behind New Cycle, a diesel punk city builder that
Just
takes
looked like
place after
Frostpunk for a moment.
devastating solar flare.
Still kind of just looks like Frostpunk.
That was New Cycle, which is coming to PC in Q2 2023. You know what to do, people.
We've got another world premiere now, and it also features trade, but not...
Is that Mr. Rossetti?
Check it out.
Once upon a time, there was a happy place called Riverside.
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
Right there was a bear called Ruffy.
That's a bear?
No one could tell why, but Ruffy had this amazing ability to swap things. Yeah, really. He just swapped them. And it was easy for him. Grab it. Throw it. There you go. Ruffy could swap just about anything. But his job had him swap paintings for townspeople. Copy and paste, swap it, you name it. Life was perfect.
Until the Fire Nation attacked.
A long-forgotten evil emerged out of the darkness. Devastation came all over Riverside, and the end was near. Now, it was up to Ruffy to accept his destiny and swap the bad for good.
There's a surprising amount of speed and energy in this.
Boom, Sakalaka! Did you see that swap buddy? Are you swappy enough to save the world? Swap-a-doodle-doo!
Interesting.
That was easy. Things might get rough, but you are roughier. And you will never swap alone.
Seems PS1, PS2 era. Yeah, not too far off. Like I said, though, they got a really nice sense of, like, speed and pace in it, though.
Swapping to PC and Nintendo Switch this winter. Yeah, correct, this winter. Whenever it's ready.
Hey, every brand needs a mascot, and I think we just found ours. Ruffy in the Riverside is barreling its way onto PC and Nintendo Switch this winter, so get it on your wish list now.
Our next section is a slight change of pace. This year, we'll start to get our hands on the first games developed in Unreal Engine 5. But we wanted to show you a glimpse of what games in 2024, 25, and beyond might look like. Expect startling tech demos and cutting-edge vistas as we give you a glimpse of the future of games.
Wait, so this isn't a game. This is just a tech demo for Unreal Engine 5. There's nothing in here that we should have expectations for. This is what games could look like if everyone had a 4090. That was just Hunt Showdown. Onward Software, the Matrix PS5 tech demo used. I thought that was also Unreal Engine. Too many cuts? It's because these are just very small animations that people have made in Unreal Engine 5. Like in the bottom right corner, it's shown like what the name of the animation is and who's made it. They're all probably only actually this long. They're just made in Unreal Engine 5 and are definitely pre-rendered.
And that was the inaugural Unreal Engine 5 showcase. And a warning to graphics cards everywhere. I can hear mine squealing and bursting into flames from here. Be sure to head over to the FGS social channels if you want to see more Unreal 5 demos as and when they drop.
And while you do that, I am pleased to report the sighting of a Friendly Neighborhood world premiere.
Oh, come on, let's see it then.
There might not be extended versions of those. There's some wild things happening on the screen. Freddles? Its name is Freddles?
Thanks to Ritual Studios for the ice melting first look at Fretless, the Wrath of
Oh,
Raven, which is coming to
fretless. There's an
PC in
extra S
2024.
on there.
Another
Okay,
double feature
that's
up
way
next,
better than
focusing on
frettles.
Hammerwatch 2 and Paleo Pines. Laura, I am pleased to report that it is once again dinosaur time.
Yes.
I was about to be like, guys, no, fix it. Do you need another farming simulator? There you go. As people instead just go play more Stardew Valley. Have we heard, speaking of Stardew Valley, have we heard anything else about the Haunted Chocolatier? Concerned Ape's next game? I need the Chocolatier game from Stardew Chucklefish to come out already.
Paleo Pines is coming on September 26th, and Hammerwatch 2 is coming soon. Stick them on your wish lists and watch out for the demos for both games, which will be available on Steam from June 19th.
Speaking of demos, our Ones to Play montage is back after its debut in the spring showcase earlier this year. Don't touch that dial, as we're going to show off a bunch of incredible games that you can try right after
You
the
just
show.
did this. I mean, you can show me more, that's fine, but you just had a Ones to Play showcase. Or Ones to Play montage or whatever. World's Worst Handyman. No. Paper Trail. Oh, interesting. Cool. I love the look of that. That's neat as hell. Very fun concept. Myth Wrecked Ambrosia Island. Okay. It did look like Untitled Goose Game, but I don't know if it's actually from the same creators. Remedium? Okay. Pretty standard looking twin stick shooter. Laysara Summit Kingdom. City Builder? Okay. You didn't show me the game that I wanted to see.
Thank you to all of the amazing developers who submitted their demos.
So, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back real quick. I'm going to assume it's Remedium, but I wanted to see this one. What is this game right here? Like, that has this really unique art style right here. This wasn't in there. I'm going to assume that it's supposed to be Remedium and it's supposed to be this game, and that was a cinematic from it. But I have no way of actually knowing. I wanted to know what that was, but if all it is that twin stick shooter, then I guess I just don't actually care.
Thank you to all of the amazing developers who submitted their demos for our Ones
Reminds
to Play
me about
montage.
9,
And
the
remember,
movie?
you
Yeah,
can
a little
check
bit.
them all out by heading to our dedicated Future Game Show Steam page.
We're taking a quick break from the trailers now to deliver an exciting update. In last year's summer showcase, we were proud to feature a selection of amazing games being created by Ukrainian developers under exceptional conditions.
Yeah, it reminded me of that too. It was a really cool art direction, right? An art style, and had like that neat animation look to it. But they were like, yeah, check these out. And then they showed off all of the games and none of them looked like that. I'm guessing that's supposed to be a cutscene from that Remedium twin stick shooter, but
on July 27th.
I'm disappointed if so.
You can also head to our FGS social channels for more updates on the games from Ukraine that we featured during last year's show.
Okay, time for another trailer. We've got a first look at gameplay from Station to Station, a wholesome simulator where you connect voxel railways to build thriving cities.
It's very cute direction. Like, it kind of reminds me of when people, forget what it's called, where they take a video or a picture from that very particular angle that makes everything look small even though it's not. You have to take it at the right angle and you blur the top and the bottom of the image and it makes real life look like a miniaturized, like, diagram. Not diagram, that's not the word. Diorama.
Ah, not a supervillain in sight. I think I could do with some tranquil train time, actually. Station to Station is coming to PC in 2023, and a demo is available right now, so go check it out after the show.
Next up, we're taking a step into the world of fantasy with Emberstorm Entertainment's atmospheric base builder, Rekka.
It's a base builder? Is your base a giant chicken with a house on it? Chicken house. All right, now get up and start walking. Baba Yaga and the Chicken House. That's a much better name of a game. Yeah, Chicken House. Well, they get points for originality.
As Rekka, delightful chicken cottage included, is coming to PC in 2024.
Okay, our friends at Sega have got a new trailer to share regarding Company of Heroes 3. Let's check it out.
This is Company of Heroes 3 coming to consoles, right? Because it already released on PC, as far as I remember.
Company of Heroes 3 is coming to PlayStation and Xbox on May 30th.
I don't know about you, Yuri, but I've got a feeling this next game is going to be a good one.
Wait a second.
She's in it.
That's me. In a role-playing musical? Wait. And we're about to be introduced to the main romanceable characters?
Oh my gosh.
Bring me my popcorn.
A role-playing
Can we get me
musical?
some popcorn, please?
Who is this, Grace? Why does he have horns?
This is the one that Austin Wintory worked on. I saw Austin Wintory talking about this one because Laura Bailey did like 25 sessions for this game.
He's exactly what I'd expect him to be.
They paid a shitload of money to have Laura Bailey record for like 140 hours of different dialogue lines and stuff.
What side are you on?
I said I would just make things worse, and I was right.
Do you trust him? I'm not sure. I think so. Famous last words. Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories.
Are you here to challenge me?
You don't know the first thing about me.
I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends.
Because you're so big and scary.
I'm glad you appreciate my finer qualities.
I like this better than fighting with you. Way better. Why didn't you tell me what it was really all about?
We all have our sordid history. She sounds a little volatile.
You're always looking out for me, Freddy. That's the deal, right? Best friends to the end. It's an adventure.
Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, available August 3rd. That's cool.
Wow, that was awesome. And to celebrate, Laura has promised to perform a rap from the game for us.
No, I haven't.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Not happening. Anyway,
I'm impressed that he was able to do that like that, just off the cuff.
Coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch on August 3rd, 2023.
Hey, if you're in it and Rahul Kohli is in it, I'm playing it. And now that we've got that out of our system, it's time for me to introduce a new section to the show. One that I'm calling the International Debut.
It's another world premiere, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, hey, fine, but you don't have to spoil it.
International Debut is fine. Just swap back and forth between them. Make him feel a little unique, you know? See you in a moment, Eve. Oh boy, you can play Labyrinth in this game. Could be another Athena game. Yeah, go to the fun house. Have a joy time. There's little ghost children running around. I'm not touching this game. Children, clowns.
This game again.
No, I'm good. You can have all the fun you want. Reveal.
That was your first look at Reveal.
Oh, I love horror games. But our next game is all about driving to survive in an anomaly-filled exclusion zone.
I've seen some footage of this on Twitter. This game looks pretty cool.
What to expect in Pacific Drive.
If it's the game I'm thinking of, this game looks neat.
It's very much a personal thing. You know, I grew up driving station wagons around the Pacific
Northwest. This is not the game.
I'd go to the beach, I'd go on road trips with friends, and as an adult, I decided to start doing that again. So I got an old station wagon and I started going out on these trips. But I would go to abandoned industrial sites. I would go, taking the car up these tiny little dirt trails, and there was this vibe, this feeling of being out there in the woods with this old car. A very surreal experience, and that became, I think, the initial seed idea for the game. Pacific Drive is a run-based driving survival game, but when we started, we were very much just prototyping. We were getting the player into the car, having them drive around in the woods, and getting a feel of the space out there. What we quickly figured out is there's a lot of overlap between resource management and kind of plate juggling that you want in a good survival game, and taking care of a car, like making sure that you don't run out of gas and checking on your battery. It all eventually came to fruition with the garage and us figuring out we wanted a safe space for the player to be the mechanic and to work on their car, and taking these excursions out into the zone where you're grabbing resources and exploring and then coming back and being able to do it again. In most survival games, there's a focus on the player and keeping them alive, but for Pacific Drive, we wanted to turn that on its head a bit and put the emphasis on the car. It's the thing that's going to keep you safe when you're out in the zone, but that's only true so long as you maintain it. The player can still take damage, but the car itself is a good deal more complicated. There's different slots that you can put different equipment into and customize your car, but things may happen to those parts. They may take wear and tear, they may get damaged and break or fall off, in which case you may have to craft replacement parts or scavenge for new things out in the zone. We really care about satisfying that fantasy of the player being a mechanic, just taking care of this car, maintaining it while they're on the road. It's important for us to do this because that interaction helps build the player's relationship with the car, and that's something that we care a lot about for the game. So the zone is a pretty isolating and lonely place. When you're out on the road, your car is your only real travel companion, and we wanted to make sure that players had the ability.
It is an interesting take on survival of Vanishar.
The card that is special to them. We've also doubled down on that with the physical.
The environments are really cool too.
Every time you want to start the car, you have to turn the key. You have to get the engine to start. You have to put it in park manually. We built the whole game with these systems in mind because we want to create.
I can see some people not liking some of the nuance in it, like he's talking about. Putting the fuel in the car, checking the battery, maintaining the pieces and parts, and having to turn the key to turn it on and put it in gear and stuff like that. I can see some people not enjoying that aspect of it, of the like minutia mechanics that exist in it. But conceptually, the game is really cool, and I like it a lot. It's a game that I think would actually probably do really, really well in VR. They're a really small studio, so I don't know if that's ever something that might end up happening, but it would do well because it's a game that you could play well sitting down.
I came around a corner and drifted too hard.
I don't even enjoy turning keys in real cars.
Straight down the cliff and actually ran into a group of abductors, and one of them pulled me straight into the gateway, and I made a safe exit from there even though the storm was closing in.
I think the experience I'm looking forward to players having the most is gaining that sense of companionship with the car. You know, sitting in the garage, looking at it, seeing all of these stories that have happened, the crazy escapes, the last minute repair jobs, and really to feel like it's their car. I think that's going to be something really special.
I push a button, I turn a key. But that's also because my car is 10 years old and was cheap. Yeah, I like the look of that game a lot. Looks really good. Something genuinely new and unique looking that's not just part of a mold.
We're giving away this custom-built station wagon. One of you lucky viewers could be driving home in style tonight.
Wait a minute, Yuri, that's literally the car from the game. You can't give that away. I think they're going to need it back.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I knew that.
Yeah, yeah, you knew. You knew, so let's just quickly move on while the producers put out some fires.
I'm the fire, aren't I?
You really are. Cookie Cutter is up next, a techno-pop-punk Metroidvania starring a badass android.
My name is Cherry. I'm different than that mass-produced junk.
All right, Cherry, beat some ass.
I was built to entertain my creator. Lately, I can't understand what I feel anymore.
Wow, okay. Jesus.
They will pay for what they did to her.
Lollipop Chainsaw Light, I guess. Reminds me of an old arcade game called Hard Drive-In. You had to turn the key, turn off the... Oh, you're talking about the other game. I thought you were talking about this game. I was like, what? This looks like the inside of your head when you do LSD. I'm sorry?
Cookie Cutter is coming to PC in 2023, so head on over to the Steam page and hit that wishlist button.
Okay, it's world premiere time again. And fans of the classic top-down GTA games might get a kick out of this one.
That was back in the day. I don't want to play as a cop. Hotline Miami? Nope. GTA 1. Well, they did say if you're a fan of the old top-down GTA games.
83 Adam, show us handling. Responding code 3.
Police are engaged in a dramatic shootout.
Wilhelm scream, throw it away.
Suspect is now on foot. We need to end this now. He's running. Suspect is in handcuffs.
The Precinct. No. I'm gonna go with no.
The Precinct is a crime-fighting action sandbox game set in the 1980s. Basically,
It's the
everything
exact
that I love.
opposite of
And it's
GTA
coming to
1 and
PC,
2.
PlayStation and Xbox in 2024.
And with that, it's time for our final trailer.
Yeah, I
of the
agree, real.
night.
GTA 1 and 2 with those graphics, give them.
Those of you who tuned into last year's summer showcase, you may remember Ludo, Broken Bird Game's terrifying psychological thriller about a person trapped in their own home.
It's a little bit PT, a little bit Edith Finch. Time for an update, don't you think? I do.
Peggy 18.
I'm really tired of every game being described as a different game. This game is kind of PT, kind of Edith Finch kind of game. It's like, well, if you know what those games are, great. But PT wasn't even a fucking game. And what remains of Edith Finch is niche at best. Not even a release year. There's a demo available, but no release window at all.
Look at Ludo, which is coming soon to PC.
That was my number one
PlayStation,
thing when I
and
was
Xbox.
entertainment editor
So
for my
make sure
school
it's on your wish
paper.
lists. You can also check out the free demo for the game on Steam.
Describe things as their own thing rather than just referring them as this is similar to other thing.
Now my spidey sense is tingling.
People didn't listen to or watch what you're referring to. Yeah, you're very reliant on everyone having a very shared knowledge base, and that's not how that's going to work.
That means there's one more thing then. Let's see it.
I'm going to tell you a story about 3 extraordinary spirits united to face the darkness.
This feels very familiar. Is this the game that had the horrible, nasty monster in the background that the cat was hiding from? I think so.
3 incredible warriors.
Yes.
defying
Okay.
fate and even
Oh.
death. I, Kitsune, spirit of the forest, was a witness and a part of it.
Yeah, that looks excellent. Spirit of the Samurai? Hell yes. I hate everything about this, but it looks excellent.
That was The Spirit of the Samurai, a stop-motion adventure inspired by Japanese mythology. Get it on your wish lists as it's coming in 2024.
Well, it's safe to say this has been a blast. For me, anyway. Thank you so much for being
Why
my
run out of
partner in
hiding?
voice acting,
To scare you.
crime fighting, and now show hosting, Laura.
Aw, you're so welcome, Yuri. Anytime. Literally, anytime you want it back. we'll be
Okay,
there.
okay. To our audience, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Also, a big shout out to our sponsor, Intel, and everybody who worked to make the Summer Showcase a reality.
Remember that you can find and wishlist every game seen in today's show on the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page. This is where you'll find all of the demos, too. Just Google Future Game Show Steam.
You can also read more about each game on GamesRadar.com and see extra content from our editorial team on the dedicated FGS social channels. I'm Yuri Lowenthal.
And I'm Laura Bailey. And this has been the Future Game Show
Summer Showcase 2023.
All right. Wait, where's the kitty at? Go back. Where's the cat at? I want the kitty. There's the kitty. That was a cute kitty. Okay. So we still have like 2 hours until the Capcom showcase. I do want to watch the Capcom showcase, but we don't have anything good that we can fill in the next 2 hours with. There is like the Wholesome Direct, which is like an hour long. But I would just be filling time for the sake of filling time, but there's still 2 hours until the Capcom showcase, and it's lunchtime for me, and I need to run a couple of errands. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to raid out of here, and we'll be back later to watch the Capcom showcase. Is there anyone online that I can raid right now that I'm familiar with? Gloop Dog's online. Why is Square Enix streaming? Where'd they go? Hang on. I got to go see what Square Enix is doing real quick. Square Enix is doing it's a panel for the demo launch of Final Fantasy 16. Okay. All right, so we're going to go raid Gloop Dog. I should be back later to watch the Capcom showcase. I don't know if I will be live when the showcase is live, just because today's a little bit finicky in terms of like what I got to go do. So yeah, we'll see. It starts at 2 p.m. my time, 3 p.m. Pacific time, so that's at about 2 hours and 45 minutes. No, an hour and 45 minutes is when that starts. So I wouldn't expect to be here to watch it live, but I will be back to watch it in general. It's just a heads up if that's something that you want to be here for. And be sure to follow me on Twitter, join the Discord if you want to be notified when I am going live for those. I also really like talking, so if you want to talk with me about anything that we watched or anything else, just hit me up on either of those platforms, and I'm very, very happy to just engage in a conversation about whatever. The YouTube channel is also there. We got a new video going up every single day. We are about 3 weeks away from hitting one video a day every day for a full year. I think it's on July 5th is when we hit that mark of not having missed a video a day for a full year's worth of content. All right, so we're going to go raid Gloop Dog. This is the raid message. If you are not a subscriber, you can unlock that raid swan for 100 channel points, and it'll be available to you for the next 24 hours, including on the raid, so you can use it on other people's channels. It's just an easy way. It's going to cost you 100 channel points, a little swan coin down below the chat. Hit that, unlock a sub emote, choose the raid swan, and then you're able to use that raid emote for the raid call. All right. So we're going to go over here. We're going to let the credits roll. I appreciate you very much, everybody. I'll see you later for the Capcom showcase. And then the summer of gaming will about be finished with its what feels like hundreds of announcements, because good Lord. All right, let's get out of here. Thanks, everybody.